If you're feeling stuck in a life that doesn't reflect your dreams, if you keep attracting the same chaos, the same lack, the same pain, and if you've been trying to fix everything on the outside but nothing seems to change, then I want to tell you something that might just change everything. You are not the effect. You are the cause. Hey, I'm Mike Oglesbee, and today I want to walk you through one of the most important principles of personal transformation. You are the creator of your life, whether you're creating consciously or unconsciously. This truth isn't just mindset fluff, it's how life works, and once you grasp it, you get your power back. Most of us are taught to believe that life is just happening to us. We're told, be realistic, play it safe, accept what you've got, and just be thankful for it. We grow up believing that we're at the mercy of the economy, of other people, of our past, or even of our emotions. But let me be blunt, that's a lie. And that lie is what keeps most people stuck for decades, repeating the same patterns, waiting for permission, hoping things will change. Look, life doesn't just happen to you, it happens through you. I worked with a client a while back. We'll call him John. John came to me struggling in almost every area of his life. Business was flatlining, his relationships were shallow or toxic, his mental health was on the edge. And at first, he did what so many people do. He blamed the market. He blamed his upbringing. He blamed himself in a way that made him feel powerless. But once we did the work, once we got below the surface, John discovered something game-changing. He had been living as the effect of his life. He believed he was unworthy of real success, that people always left, and that money was hard to come by. And as long as those beliefs ran the show, he kept attracting the conditions that aligned with them. Now, when he flipped the switch and he stepped into being the cause, he built a new business, he healed old relationships, and he became someone new. He became someone who was no longer reacting to life, but instead someone who was creating it. So let me ask you directly, where in your life are you living as the effect? Where are you still in the pattern of reaction instead of creation? Now, it might look like waiting for someone else to change before you do, avoiding decisions because you're afraid of getting it wrong, blaming it on your schedule, your childhood, or your environment. None of these things actually define you. They reflect the belief systems you're operating from. Life is reflective. Your outer world is just a mirror of your inner world. And that reflection will always default to your strongest beliefs, especially the ones you don't even know you have. You are a creator. This isn't just philosophy. This is an immutable, universal law. You're either creating with clarity or with chaos. You're either choosing your path or defaulting to an old program. And what determines which path you're on? Your beliefs, your identity, your energy. Because your beliefs are not just thoughts, they're blueprints. They shape what you expect, what you allow, and what you unconsciously attract. Think of your life like a house with a thermostat. Now, if the thermostat is set to 68 degrees and something outside tries to heat it, the system kicks in and brings it back down. That's how your identity works. If you've been programmed to believe things such as you're not good enough, money doesn't come easy, or love isn't safe, then no matter what you try to achieve, you'll find a way to sabotage it. Not because you're broken, but because your internal settings haven't changed. Until you change that internal thermostat, your beliefs, your self-image, nothing outside can rise above it for long. You see, I know this because I've lived it. There was a time in my life where everything looked fine from the outside, but on the inside, I was battling self-doubt, fear, and deep feelings of unworthiness. I'd build momentum in my business and then I'd crash it. I'd experience love and then push it away. I'd get clarity and then talk myself out of what I knew I needed to do. Why? Because deep down, I didn't believe that I deserved peace. I believed I had to fight for everything. I believed success had to come at a cost and that I was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And guess what? It always did. Life reflected all those beliefs back to me. But the moment I took ownership, I mean full ownership, the moment I stopped being the effect and stepped into being the cause, everything changed. Not overnight, but permanently. Here's what that shift looks like. Awareness. Recognize where you've been playing the victim. Ownership. Take full responsibility for your beliefs and your actions. And reprogramming. Install a new identity that reflects your truth. And from there, you don't just think differently. You begin to attract differently. You begin to create intentionally. You become a person who expects alignment, not dysfunction. I had a client who kept attracting emotionally unavailable partners. At first, she thought it was bad luck. Then she thought maybe something was wrong with her. But when we worked together, we uncovered a belief that she had carried since childhood. If I speak up, I'll be rejected. That one belief had shaped every relationship in her adult life. We did the work, she reprogrammed it, and the next relationship she entered was the healthiest she'd ever experienced because she was different. Not fixed, not perfect, just aligned with truth instead of fear. Here's where I want to go deeper. You are not just a mind and a body. You are energy. You are spirit. You are a co-creator with life. And when you live in alignment with truth, not fear, not programming, not other people's expectations, you become unstoppable because the universe, God, your higher self, will support the real you, not the masked, afraid, reactive version of you. That's what being the cause is all about. It's about remembering who you are and creating from that place. So here's what I want you to do this week. Reflect. Where in your life are you still reacting instead of creating? What's one belief that might be keeping you in the effect? And what would change if you flipped the switch and took full ownership? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's open the conversation. Let's normalize this level of ownership, this level of truth, this level of power. Because you are not broken, you are programmed, and programming can be rewritten. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who's ready to wake up. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week I'm bringing you tools to reprogram your mind, overcome fear, and build a life that reflects who you really are. You are not the effect, you are the cause. Now, create like it. I'm Mike Oglesbee, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.